right. What is up, guys? What is up? So, got the chicken here. That's the chicken we've made. That's the rice. Food scale. And then marinade. Why marinade? Why? Because I don't know why people don't realize it, but like, if you measure your food, right, you'd be surprised how much you can eat, especially if it's good food. Especially if it's good food. Right. Also, though, keep in mind, I am a huge fan of carbohydrates. Believe it or not, I don't believe carbs make you fat. I believe in moderation, carbs are absolutely disgustingly amazing. You just don't want to mix too many carbs with fats. One little, two little, awesome little stuff there. As I say, you don't want to mix too much with fat. That doesn't mean you don't put fat in it. It just means you measure. So for me, putting a wee, what we got? What's he got? His bicycle, his motorcycle. We have a cul-de-sac down here, and the kids love to come down this cul-de-sac and just rip it up. I don't blame them. Who don't like to rip up the cul-de-sac from time to time? Anyways. All right, cool. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There we go. What is up? What is up? What is up? Yep. Tell me in the chat. I lost 80 pounds. How did I do it? Well, I'm cooking over here. Air fryer. I marinated some chicken. I'm looking into chats over here. You just let me know if you have any questions on anything that I have pretty much shared on camera, because these recipes are definitely going to be something that will get you leaner, help you stay fit, help you stay strong, all that good stuff, right? These are the same recipes. These are the same recipes when I was an ACFL in the Navy that I would give people, and it got them lean as well. How does it work? Well, it works in a pretty profound way, actually. I found that when you, we'll wait till someone gets in. And again, this is just my experience as someone who, you ever met someone that just sometimes feels like they ruin everything they touch? You ever met someone like that? You ever met someone that feels like everything they touch they ruin? Anyways. Very good. So here we go. more volume in more clean food equals a more aesthetic physique. You just have to make sure that your body, you want to make sure that your body, right? You want to make sure that your body, whatever you put in, you are either replenishing what you just put out, or you are prepping it for something to be used. And if you're not in one of those two stages, then you don't eat a lot of food. Looking from the side, you see we got the quad, we've got the tricep. Not a bodybuilder by any means, just a person who enjoys training as a hobby, personal trainer. Some people don't realize that I'm kind of injured. I've had surgery. I've had to change how I train, right? Scoliosis and all sorts of stuff. So, again, anyone can train. Anyone can learn to contract the muscle. Well, I say anyone can. I don't know if anyone can, but I have found that I'm pretty damn good at teaching people to contract the muscle. I forgot the special ingredient. Guys, I absolutely, with a passion, hate vegetables, right? However, I have found that vegetables do have a place in a diet. They have micronutrients. So when I eat my chickens, when I eat my chicken and marinate, I marinate my food in curry and spices. Why do I do that? Because the curries and spices help with inflammation. When I choose my smoothies, I use berries to fight inflammation. When I use these, I might use some collagen peptides. I'm always putting Truth. What's up, Truth? Welcome in, Truth. Welcome in, Truth. Welcome in. What is up, brother? What is up? How do I sound? Everything look good? I'm cooking. What's up, Truth? I'm in the kitchen. I cooked some chicken right here, right? See this? Marinated chicken. I used a marinated curry sauce. I lost 80 pounds eating food every day that's yummy. Just like this, right? Earlier, I did some streams. I made it. Is that milkshake? Nah, not a milkshake. Nah. But it looks like it, right? It is a chocolate banana, frozen banana, ice, peanut butter and chocolate protein, coconut milk, right? And then what I do to top it off is I put some creatine in it. This is what makes it anabolic. This is what makes it anabolic, right? Keep in mind, I say anabolic to laugh because I like to train. I've lost 80 pounds. I am a personal trainer. Guys, truth. This channel is going to take a shift in training. I have decided that though I love insurance is a great business, it's great residuals. I have decided that out here, I want to do a business that makes me happy in this area, right? So this is GNC's Pro Quality Creatine Monohydrate. Product of Canada, holding in Pittsburgh. Very good spot to get your creatine. Any questions? Comment down to the chat. I've lost 80 pounds. I'm here to talk to you guys. Is this a milkshake? No. And I'm cooking the chicken. The chicken's over here in the air fryer. Just in case you can't see it, I'm cooking the chicken over here. Right? The air fryer's right here. Okay. So we got the creatine shake right here. The spinach, this is the secret. Okay. If you want to get leaner and you want to become more vascular, I've tried lots of different things. You can, dang it. I put too much in there. Now I'm going to have to pour some of this out. Damn it. So wasteful. Anyways, it is what it is. Uh-oh. Hate it. So we got to flip this real quick. We take this. Okie dokie. So this is the chicken right here. So we're going to take this. I'm going to be back in the chat in a second. We pop that. We pop that. We pop that. We pop that over. Pop, pop, pop. What I like to do when I do it, just for the sake of keeping it as crisp as I can, I like to take a little bit of spray and just put it back in. Now we're air fry. We're going to take it for another 6 minutes or so and add that to this chicken. When it's done, it looks like this, right? See that? This turns this, right, into muscle. All right? Muscle. But the chicken, truth. Well, the first thing I'm going to tell you about being an entrepreneur, I'm literally potentially about to go back to my roots. I'm in a position where I may go back as a personal trainer. There's a new gym opening up that's going to be a multi-million-dollar gym. And I'm ISSA certified as a master trainer. So I may get involved with them and help grow that business. By the way, guys, I went and trained earlier at the gym. If you're curious about my workout routine, let's get at least 5 thumbs ups, or at least 2. At least a few thumbs up. There's 2 people's in the chats. Let me know, and I will tell you a workout routine based on your goal. Believe it or not, your workout routine, how you train, right? It's pretty important. Now, there are a couple things. The most important thing when you're training, right, is going to be training hard, right? That's the most important thing. Whatever you're doing, you need to progress. However, understanding basic principles for hypertrophy versus strength versus performance and learning how to eat, those things don't come as natural to people as you would think. But anyways, you put the spinach in the protein smoothie. Why do you put the spinach in? Well, the spinach helps keep your system clean, right? When I say keep your system clean, you should be eating rice, chicken, beef, chicken sausages, fruits, veg, no smoking, no alcohol, water, no soda, except for maybe a diet soda, and that's how you need to eat. And when it comes to your skin, you need to start keeping lotion on it. Trust me on this. Speaking to myself. Guys, this is how you get spinach into your diet. Do not buy a multi-mineral. Instead, make a smoothie that in itself is a multi-mineral. The smoothie itself is a multi-mineral complex because it's got baby spinach. Interestingly enough, Humans and bananas share 50% of the same DNA. Therefore, I believe that things that we share DNA with, we should probably be consuming. Fun fact, if you take frozen banana, peanut butter, whey isolate, coconut milk with no fat, because you have the good peanut butter, and because, right, you have the peanut butter, you have the no dairy, you have the whey isolate, all of that stuff is going to allow you, to have a really good smoothie, is what I'm saying. Right. It's going to allow you to have a really good smoothie. So, the protein smoothie is good. See from the side. See right here. See how we got. You see how right through here we're getting some separation, right? That's just from getting leaner. I got leaner from just lowering my calories. You got to remember, I've lost 8-0 on my pounds. And guys, here we are. The chicken's done. And I'm telling you guys, you may laugh, but you take my spinach, I call it my protein shake, right? But it's like what's in it is specifically, each ingredient is specifically chosen, from the fat to the protein to the creatine to the spinach. It detoxifies and allows you, all this food fits into my anecdotal evidence of training people in the military. I found that if I restrict their food too much, if I restrict someone's food too much, they always binge and they lie. However, if I take someone and I teach them how to use a food scale and learn, hey, this is how much of that you can eat, and then put the ball in their court to hold themselves accountable, people will hold themselves accountable and they will eat the carbs and the proteins and the fat. And then the choices of food that they eat naturally put them in a calorie deficit. So, and again, a lot of it is very basic. I use a lot of curry recipes. I use air fryers. I use jerkies. I use rices. And, you know, it's nothing rocket science. It's nothing rocket science, I don't think. I don't think it's anything groundbreaking that I do. I just think that it's about consistency. And how you train is pretty important too. If you've never actually been taught, and most people who played sports, I think, kind of get this. We know you have to train hard, right? And when you're in sports and you're training in the weight room, I think we kind of just, men and women who played sports kind of just get the training aspect. It's like, yeah, you got to train hard. I think we all know that. I think we all know at some point you have to train hard, right? But then as you get older and older, you realize, yeah, you got to train hard, but your body can only take so much. So how can you train and keep your body to look a certain way and perform? Well, a lot of that's going to come down to your performance and how you're eating. But also, don't forget, the more you can contract your muscles and be engaged with your muscular system, the more you can just engage with your muscles and contract them. You know, there's a profound effect on your hormones. What's up, guys? I buried that thing we were talking about in no way. Oh, yeah, the gourds. So am I going to start a gym? Good question. Am I going to start a gym? No, I would never start a gym. Why? Gyms are incredibly hard. However, I love to train people and I love to scale. What I will do is I will create a tool probably by the end of the year, and that tool will be a digital version in the App Store of me and my training programs, nutrition, and it'll be a tool built in where I can communicate with people. You download it from the store, you pay a monthly fee, and you train with me. And in addition to that, I'm going to have a community, or in that community, I'm going to teach you guys about business and mentorship. And you can literally watch me build a fitness business as I'm mentoring you. I built businesses in San Diego. I had to reset, guys, because I went through a divorce. So I moved 2,000 miles away after my divorce to redo a business, which has been pretty shitty. So I got my life insurance license. What I noticed is I hate insurance. Like, people sell these whole life policies that aren't good for the customer. And then there's Medicares and all this. And I'm just like, ugh. I like the gym. I like to train. I like to train people. I like to sell things. There's a new gym opening up. You know what? I think I'm going to help this gym become the Apex gym because I'm pretty good. I was a fitness director, and I used to have a health and wellness shop in San Diego. We're just on the East Coast now. But you know what I mean? Are you guys entertained? Mm-hmm. The thing about training is I can make an unlimited amount of training videos for you. First things first, if you want to get in shape, get you a food scale. I'm with you on that, brother. Yeah, so that's what I mean. So let's say you want to get in the best shape of your life. I've got 20 years of experience as someone who played baseball and basketball. I've run a marathon. I used to bodybuild. I've done powerlifting. I've done strongman. I used to be 300 pounds. I've had surgery. I'm scoliotic. And now I have a cracked SI joint. So I'm limited. I have really bad back injury. So I can't train super heavy anymore. So the physique that you see me having here, losing 80 pounds, this physique is me not being able to really train or power lift or be super. I was strong at one point with the deadlifting. I had a 700 deadlift. So I built a base level of strength. However, what I've noticed is in order to train the body to aesthetically change, as in you want your body to aesthetically change, right? Don't ask an elephant how to get big. Don't ask a cheetah how to go fast. Find someone who is really skinny, like look at my old pictures, and then got big and strong over 10 years, and then look at someone who's actually put on and lost weight and actually done it, and take advice from those people and people who dedicate their life to it. Because I've been interested in nutrition. Training is fun, but like you see from this angle right here, you see how I have this like wide shoulders from that angle? Right? That's because I have really wide shoulders. So I try to build a physique where I have the wide shoulders, good arms, and my legs are decent, right? So I'm trying to build that old school, like really tight, like triangle physique. You know what I mean? Like that movie star. And it's a little tricky with nutrition. Not that I'm doing it, but I do think I look okay for almost 40. You know what I mean? I'm not in my 20s. I'm almost 40, guys. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Before I hurt my back, I was a big deadlifter, and I was always there slinging, and I always could pull and stuff. So, yeah. So being country strong is good, but I'll tell you, being country strong and just working, yeah, your body will adapt to anything. But when it comes to the everyday person in the gym who doesn't have a physical job and they want someone to teach them how to eat, they make good money, but they don't know about nutrition. They want to look a certain way. They want to feel better, have more energy. That's the type of coach I am. I'm a health and wellness and longevity coach. I want to teach someone how to be strong, be flexible, and into their later years, in their 60s, 70s, 80s. I trained a guy that was 91 years old back when I was enlisted in the Navy. 91 years old. And, you know, he just wanted to train, and he paid me premium rates, and this guy was cool. And he was a retired real estate agent. He was gay. Him and his gay lover were in their 90s, and they loved me to death, and they paid me good, and they gave me tips, and, you know, they even invited me places and stuff. So it was like, it was a great business. You just never know you're going to run into as a trainer, right? The thing is, how do you stand out to other trainers, essentially? Anyways. So now I'll tell you this too. If you're on the run, I'll teach you a couple things about meal prep. So, like, I make a lot of protein snacks, right? And if somebody wants to stay lean and still feel good, right, you can eat whatever you want, but this is a protein waffle, right? Protein waffle. See this? I've got protein waffle recipes. So this is a homemade protein waffle, right? And I teach people how to make it with, like, basically some basic ingredients. And with these basic ingredients, you can make these. And if you're like a businessman or a personal trainer, to put on a fanny pack, or just have them near you, and in between clients, give yourself a 10-minute break between clients. So there you go. Now we got to flip these. Oh, flip them. Flip, flip, flip. Flip, flip, flip. Do, do, do. Yum, yum. Yep. Yum, yum. There we go. There we go. So, pretty simple. When it comes time to eat, you want to get lean. There's the secret. Chicken and rice. However, the thing about my chicken is, my chicken actually is juicy. How do I get it juicy? Because I use an air fryer and I marinate it. You see how yummy that is? Guys, learn to cook. Telling you, if you learn to cook, makes getting leaner so much easier. Alrighty. Uh-oh. And then if you really, uh-oh. And then if you really want something sweet like this, like I'm doing, get you some pineapple. See, pineapple is a great snack. So for me, I eat the whole pineapple with just my bare hand. See that? Oh, the pineapple is for the joints, right? The pineapple is anti-inflammatory, right? the spinach smoothie, multi-mineral, the leucine and amino acids in the chicken, the carbohydrates and energy in the rice. Like literally, what more could you ask for? I mean, maybe an egg. I mean, hell, maybe an egg. Maybe an egg. Right? Maybe an egg, if you will. All right. Maybe an egg. Maybe an egg. You see how I'm getting more vascular now? Right? How did I get more vascular in the last couple weeks? Well. Oh, we got something down here. Looks good. I'm country strong. I grill a lot. Boneless chicken breast, Italian dressing, sweet potatoes, and green beans. Yep. Absolutely good. Yeah. Great choices, man. Yeah. If you can grill, absolutely grill. And yeah, look, this is what I tell people. Okay. There's different types of people that I train in my life, right? Sometimes I train people who are blue collar workers, who are big, strong dudes, and they need to be big and strong, and they need to have all this extra weight, and they need all this stuff, right? Now, if somebody's physically like that, then that's cool. But let's say someone is in an office environment, they know nothing about nutrition, they've never played sports, they make $100,000, $200,000 a year. They don't know anything about protein, fats, and carbs, or even what any different machine. They don't know what any of that is. You take those people, that's my target market. Because typically people who understand the importance of nutrition that are from the South, like where I'm at, probably where you're at. I think coming from the South, I grew up on a farm, and I think we understand the importance of good food, getting outside, and physically doing and using your body. I think we see that as important. Well, most of my family doesn't. North Carolina. Yeah, exactly. Right. So, I was in the health and wellness supplement industry back when I was in San Diego. But after my divorce, one of the things that I noticed was I love training people. I love health and wellness. I love training people. But I don't really like selling supplements. What I like to do is actually teach people about health and wellness and nutrition, and really get people off of supplements, more on the food. Yes, but look, let me tell you something. Don't fall for the bullshit that these people are going to tell you in nutrition shops, okay? Look, I know because I was trained to say all the stuff they're going to tell you. Oh, there's not as much multi-minerals and foods and blah, 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 bullshit. Listen, no matter which way you slice it, there's different ways to train for different goals. But in order to have Guy, strength and conditioning coach, nutrition coach, certified ISSA, Navy ACFL, play basketball, play baseball, love to train people, love it, okay? The main thing that's going to get people to feel better, look better, all that is going to be learning how to move your body and contract your muscles, and actually contract your muscles in a plank, like hold, contract. Do pull-ups, do push-ups, do calisthenics. Introducing weights into someone's routine is wonderful once they have mastered basic body weight movements and their mobility is in check. Once someone is in check with that, you introduce them into a strength and conditioning program, right? A pure strength and conditioning program for an athlete is going to look different than someone who's a bodybuilder. And no matter what you do, okay, hundreds of people train. There's one thing, whether you want to lift heavy, whether you want to lift light, all you have to do is train hard or get a better contraction. See you battle. See you. Is that Are you Linda Martinez? In no way affiliated? Are you Linda Martinez? You know I have a really good memory when I stay sober. I have a really good memory. In no way affiliated. In no way affiliated. Are you Linda Martinez? Are you the famous New York actress, author who I met at the airport that one time? Anyways, guys. Ow. No, sir. Okay. Well, Battle Buddy is an interesting thing. There's someone I did business with that said Battle Buddy one time. By the way, guys, keep this in mind. In order to build muscle on the frame, it does seem to appear force equals mass times acceleration. This is true. However, contracting your muscles and filling them with glycogen also seems to have an effect on the body. So there's an interesting concept of frequency, volume, and intensity. You are Army? I know. It is you, Linda. Anyways, see you about it, buddy. Ah! See that? Triceps are a little bit coming in better. See, I never had really good triceps until, and they're still not great. You got to remember, I'm 6'4". So being 6'4", my triceps, see you, brother, my triceps could be better. But what I noticed about triceps is so much about elbow position. If you put your elbows out and you pull them in and you lock them, and instead of thinking about going straight down, think about going like out and down like this. You see how right here I'm contracting? Now, if I do this and I don't really contract, it doesn't do anything. But when I do this, you see how it contracts? So what I've noticed is if you can find that contraction spot with your elbows down, pull back and lean, and then kind of pull your elbows back like you're driving and go out. So much of my tricep development recently has come from just slowing down, taking momentum out of it, and doing that with specific isolations. Now, I still use progressive overload for a basic compound movement. Remember, in my opinion, I think it's good. I think a push-pull leg is a great split, upper, lower, but whatever you choose to do, pick one movement where you do some good 6 to 8s under control, right? You can pre-exhaust whatever, and then do some isolation and control work. Preferably a bodyweight movement. I like a pre-exhaust into like a hammer strength or compound or dumbbell. And then I like a explosive warm up, right? Then I like to find a range of motion and contract. And then after I contract with the heavy weight, then I like to lower the weight with another exercise or go to a bodyweight exercise and really stretch it. So I like to feel something heavy, put blood in the muscle, and then stretch it. Similar to what John Meadows used to do. John Meadows had mountain dog training, which was a cool concept. So you warm your body up or pre-exhaust, hit your main movement. Your main movement should kind of be documented as far as like strength, like a 6 to 8 for your thickness. That main movement is cool for your strength, your neural drive. But then once you kind of phase that out, and you'll feel you only have a couple attempts for that strength set. Then you pick another exercise where you just put blood into the muscle and then you stretch it. Stretching the muscle as it's filled with blood after it's felt a 6 to 8 is my formula. That's kind of what I like to do. And preferably I do a compound, an isolation, and then a static compound and then a kinetic compound is what I typically do. Now, I know it might be like, this is complicated stuff. Well, I've been training for a long time, and I've had surgeries and injuries, and I've kind of figured out what works for my body. And that's kind of what I try to teach you guys. I lost 80 pounds, and what I really focus on is the nutrition. As you can see, like I was showing you guys earlier, the spinach and frozen banana protein smoothie with low-fat coconut is amazing. Like I'm telling you, this tastes like peanut butter and chocolate and protein. And because I put spinach in it, the spinach keeps the system clean. And pineapple and spinach need to be part of your diet. Pineapple, spinach, a nut butter, protein powder, chicken, rice, egg waffle, that with some frozen berry. I mean, that diet, you live off that food and you eat when you're hungry, you'll do good. Mm-hmm. Now, this is good. Nitric oxide booster. I like these nitric oxide boosters. They're not necessary, but what I find is when I clean up my diet, right, as in I decide to take all junk out because I want to get rid of water retention and really see what I have. See you, brother. Trying to see here, guys. Don't think I'm that conceited. I'm simply looking on the camera because I'm proud that I've lost 80 pounds. And if you've ever gone through a weight loss journey or overcome an addiction or gone through a divorce or been homeless or kicked out or had to overcome it, one thing I'll tell you is celebrate the small victories in your life. Celebrate the small victories in your life because you don't realize that those small little victories that you celebrate, those little victories are what's going to keep you going. You know what I'm saying, baby? Guys, I don't have a normal crowd here yet. Anyways. What on earth? What's going on here? Day when you had that big ass jug and you was really into that volume training, period. I remember that, period. Anyways, I might be starting a health and wellness business here in the future, period. I find in life you got to do something that you love that you do. And even though there's a bunch of good dudes doing insurance and stuff in the world, I think you got to love what you do, period. But yeah, that's my YouTube channel. It's Founding Fathers 1776. I go live and just talk about some shit and just talk about stuff and all that. Period. God bless. Period. Good to know if I do a 2 or 3 day poker session, I can crash for free if I bust. Period. Laugh out loud. Just kidding. That guy won a Purple Heart in the Navy, believe it or not. Mm-hmm. Anybody in the chat? Anybody in the chat? Cool couple people. Cool. Guys, let me know. So, got some pineapple. We're meal prepping. Guys, you just let me know. I know the thing is, I got to make sure that the music is copyrighted or royalty free. Last stream, they came in and was like, you got to take your video down. Anyways, that's royalty free. What's up, guys? Does the music make it better or worse? Shout out down below. I've lost 80 pounds. This is what I ate to do that. ISSA certified trainer, master trainer, ACFL, former Navy, 10 years, blah, 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 blah. Here to chat with you. Business, mindset, health and wellness. You let me know. All I ask is, will you let me know down below? How does the music sound? Does it make a good difference? Can you hear me okay? How's everything look? It helps me out. I'm kind of dumb when it comes to tech, so maybe you can help me out. Give me some feedback. Thumbs up if you're entertained. Thank you for everybody who just left. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. What up, what up, what up, what up? What up, guys? Here's the chicken. And we're done. We have committed to the process training because basically I don't have the best bodybuilding genetics, but what I do is have some pretty good discipline to train and eat. And if you have good discipline, you'll be surprised at how good your body can look and how well you may be surprised at how well you can perform and how much you're actually able to eat. Believe it or not, nobody believes me when I tell them how much food you're actually able to eat if you even stay in lean. You can eat a lot more than you think. Tell me. Pretty good. For me, I always like a little bit of soy. For some reason, the soy always just does it. Or maybe the salt. See, the way I see it is this. I grab the weight. You see how I'm squeezing? Like the triceps are popping. If I contract the weight, hold the weight, versus not contracting and try to squeeze my chest, am I able to contract my chest without contracting my tricep? It's called the theory of radiation. The theory of radiation. See, I have found that if you are training and you do a strong push movement, a strong pull movement, and you get strong at explosiveness, control, but also statically stable. I got injured with my SI joint because I didn't have the stability to hold the weight. I could pull and let go, but I didn't have the stability. So what I think is if you want to have the ultimate athletic physique that can withstand the beating, you have to include dynamic as well as static in order to have the best round physique. That's kind of all I'm saying. You need to be prepared for both dynamic and static. That has been my conclusion. By the way, I like to take pineapple juices on my chicken, and I put pineapple on my chicken. Pineapple, teriyaki, or curry. Just is always a good time to eat pineapple and rice and chicken. Pineapple has good fiber in it. It's very, if you can, get the whatchamacallit. My salad is a pineapple chicken salad. A pineapple chicken salad, I'm telling you, is so good. Don't hate on it, man. I'm telling you. With coconut curry rice, that is like literally muscle food. Why do you think the Jamaicans so smart? I mean, why do you think the Jamaicans so jacked? Because they eat pineapple and chicken, dude, with their jerk marinade. You think I'm joking? I ain't. Y'all joking. I ain't joking. I already know that if you put pineapple mixed with chicken, I don't know if you turn into a Jamaican, but you'll be making some gains in the gym when I started putting pineapple and chicken mixed together with curry rice. and then had a spinach smoothie with banana, a spinach banana smoothie and chicken and rice. Man, then you add some eggs with that. Oh, wait, baby. Who's ready for another kitchen hack with Chris, who lost a lot of weight? You could use a pair of scissors like this, but I don't really think it's necessary. Now, you could use a pair of scissors like this, but it's not really necessary. It's probably easier to use this. So what I do is I take the chicken with the pineapple and I mix it like this. So I take all the chicken with the seasoning. It's nice and juicy. Soy sauced it up with pineapple. Soy sauce, a couple seasonings. Can't tell you the real seasonings, right? Because it's my recipe, damn it. But yeah, you kidding me? Pineapple with that? Ooh, wee. So this is my chicken salad. My chicken salad is a bunch of chicken with pineapple. All right? That's it. Mm-hmm. Don't skip out on pineapple. Don't skip out on pineapple, man. I'm telling you. So, loading, I'm doing a nitrate load on my body. What is a nitrate load, you may ask? A nitrate detox. So what I do, I eat a bunch of rice, I eat a bunch of protein, I take like 20 grams of creatine, 20, 30 grams of creatine, saturate, throw it in the system. What you guys don't realize is these studies, they don't take into account of self-rapid absorption. How rapid, right? How rapid can you absorb food? How rapid can you digest protein? How fast do you ramp it? You don't realize, this is what I've realized training people. People break down and process food and nutrition at different rates. So when you talk about recovery and all these things, the only thing that matters in recovery, as far as the human body, in my opinion, is very genetically based, yes, but is your body's ability to recover. So, I have trained people who were taking gas. If you don't know what gas is, no big deal. But I have trained professionals who were taking gas. And I have trained naturals. Okay? There are